So let's take a look at where you need to go if you're working with a proper edition copy of Microsoft Excel, where you can go to activate the PowerPivot tool. So if you're not sure, follow along with me here. We'll find out if you've got it in your system. And if you got questions about it, jump into the Q&A section, ask your question there. All right. So I'm back into my same example file. Really doesn't matter what worksheet you're on. I'm currently on customer info because that's where we're going to continue working. I already have PowerPivot active. I did that earlier, but I'm going to show you where I went to activate that tab. So if you'll go up to your File tab, top of your screen, go down into Options, File, Options. Inside of the Excel Options window, we're going to go down into Add-ins. Now, there are all sorts of add-ins that you can take advantage of within Excel. Some are built in, some you got to download, and then they become available to you. Add-ins are essentially additional tools. They're not installed by default, but once you activate them, you get some additional tools to work with inside of Excel. The Solver tool is another add-in that we can bring inside of Excel, and that's one that we'll take a look at later in the course. So we are going to see a couple of add-ins as we continue. The first one here, PowerPivot. So for us, again, it was File, Options. Inside the Options window, go to Add-ins. And then in the lower portion of the screen, we've got a Manage option with a little drop-down. Now I'm going to go into that little drop-down, and I'm going to toggle to COM add-ins. And I'm going to hit Go. So this is going to open up my COM add-ins window. Inside of there, you can see I've got a couple of them active already. I've got a PDF Maker one. If you've got Adobe Acrobat loaded on your system, that's one that should attach itself automatically to your Office applications. Okay? And then you can see I got a few others in there as well. One of them being Microsoft PowerPivot for Excel. Now, if you've got it there, you can check the box. That's going to turn it on for you. I hit OK, and that will activate the new tab along the top, PowerPivot. Now, if you don't have it here, you got to go look to see if your copy, your version of Microsoft Excel has the ability to have Excel PowerPivot. If it doesn't, again, sorry, it's not available everywhere. It's not available on a Mac. It's not available in certain editions of Excel. But once again, I highly recommend get a copy that does have it. It's a great tool. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that box is checked. I'll hit OK. All right. So if you were able to turn it on there, you should now have a PowerPivot tab along your ribbon. Okay? We've now been able to activate it. Okay? Very cool. Now, if you're able to activate that there, we're going to take a look at creating the data model next. And we're going to create the data model based off of those two worksheets, and we're going to link them together. So before we do that, make sure you go through those steps, confirm that you have it, turn it on if you got it there, and we'll be good to go, and we'll jump into the next lecture.